Amanda Cioletti, Vice President of Content for the Global Licensing Group here at Informa Markets, including Licensed Global Media Brands. I'm here with Josh Simon, Vice President of Licensing and Experiences for Netflix. And thank you for joining us. Welcome to Licensing
Excited to be
Expo.
here. Thank
How
you.
are you doing?
Oh, it's been a fun day so far. We just finished our showcase, so coming off the high of that, and excited to sort of be here with so many partners from around the world.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have a lot going on at Netflix. You've got Bridgerton, you've got Stranger Things, you've got some really new stuff coming down the pipeline. Tell us what we need to know in terms of Netflix at the top level.
Well, look, top level, I think for us it starts with telling great stories. Like, we want to find great movies and TV shows that our members are going to love. I think in the streaming environment, the benefit is that someone can watch whatever they want, whenever they want, like wherever they want. But at the same time, it's really easy for them to just push pause or stop or move on to the next thing. So for us, it has to always really start with quality storytelling, and then we want to make sure we have a variety of stories for fans around the world. For my team, that creates a lot of fun opportunities for us. I think we've seen sort of the cultural resonance and fandom from a lot of the titles you mentioned. And I think one of the things we've definitely found is, like, when you find a TV show that you love or a movie that you love, people really want to live it. You don't just love it, you want to live it. And so we see that come to life in so many different ways, and I think it's part of like the thrill of what the licensing and experiences team gets to do all day long.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I do think that your remit is licensing and experiences, and we see that as a continuing and ongoing trend. What trends are you seeing particularly? And obviously LB has to be a part of that, location-based experiences.
Yeah, I would say there's two big trends I'm noticing. One is I do think for as much as the world has gravitated towards, online, life and social media and video games, and all those things are very important. I think the counterbalance to that is, like, people really also crave those in real life, tangible experiences and products. And so that's part of what's been, our theory from the start around our live experiences business in particular. I think about it very similarly to the merchandise business, right? It's like it's a way of telling the story in a new way, and it's a way of creating connections for fans. I think the other thing for us that's been fun to experiment with is there's a long history, obviously, in both merchandise and live experiences that are focused on, the kids and family space and animation, and people have tremendous success in those areas. I think, for us, we've been able to kind of build on the variety of stories that fans engage with. So of course on Netflix we do have great kids and family and animated shows like Gabby's Dollhouse. We recently announced on the film side a new deal that we have with Skydance Animation and John Lasseter. So our first movie, Spellbound, is coming out at the end of this year for that. So we're really excited on that side of the business. I'd also say there's a really fun cultural relevance that's created through conversation around our titles. So Bridgerton is one really great example where we've seen in very untraditional ways this like modern Regency trend take on a life of its own. And so we see people having Bridgerton weddings. We see people
100%.
Having Bridgerton graduation parties. We see people wanting to dress in Regency attire every day, and that part's been really fun. And then we complemented it with the live experiences. We have one called the Queen's Ball, which is kind of a Bridgerton experience that lets you assume that you're invited to one of these gala balls that the Queen is hosting, and she's trying to pick the diamond of the evening. And what's crazy is we've had, I think, close to 50 wedding engagements happen at the actual Queen's Ball itself. And so the sort of interaction of those two things gets exciting, because we saw the engagements happening, we saw people dressing up, showing up to the Queen's Ball in Regency attire, and then it led to us launching a line of wedding dresses with Allure that has already launched. We have a partnership with The Knot to create wedding stationery and invitations. So, there's a lot of symbiosis between those two worlds of merchandise and live experiences.
Authentic and organic.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it has to really start with, the fans. And
absolutely.
Obviously, there's people want to express their fandom in different ways. And of course, like the Hellfire Club t-shirt is a great example of, I'd say, like the sweet spot of really great, like classic, entertaining merchandise where people fell in love with the character on Stranger Things. They saw the Hellfire Club t-shirt that Eddie was wearing. They wanted to buy it. And I think, a couple of years ago when season 4 of Stranger Things came out, we had literally depleted the supply of blanks for that Raglan t-shirt because of how well it sold year round. But at the same time, it's like, it gets back to that idea of like living the stories that you love. And I think, we're able to kind of create much sort of deeper and more creative ways for people to kind of like step inside to their favorite movies and TV shows.
Well, we've already heard much buzz around Netflix House, and we're only at the beginning of day one, so can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's great to talk to you.
No, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.